y'all? It's Alexiana. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I want to start this video off by saying this. Now, if y'all are a 90s head like myself, then y'all love watching 90s shows and stuff like that. Like, I love 90s shows from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to Living Single, so on and so forth. But one of my most favorite shows is The Martin Show. Now, with Martin, you know, Martin, the Martin Show and stuff like that, it is iconic in the black community and stuff like that. Martin, he is a comedic genius and stuff like that. Like, he has so many iconic characters on that show, from Shanae to Old Otis to Jerome to Dragonfly Jones to Mama Payne, so on and so forth. But have y'all noticed that there's one missing? Like I said, you have all those other characters. You have Mama Payne. But where's Daddy Payne? And why doesn't Martin ever talk about him? Well, in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is coming up with a little conspiracy theories and stuff like that. My own personal conspiracy theories as to where Daddy Payne is, what happened to him, and why does Martin never talk about him. So, in my cute little handy dandy little notebook right here, we're going to get into it. I titled it, Where the F is Daddy Payne? Number one. I'm going to start with the obvious one. Daddy Payne died when Martin was a baby. Now, this one was inspired by the Andy Griffith Show and stuff like that. I'm a random thinking person and stuff like that. Like, I remember one time I caught myself just randomly Googling, like, whatever happened to Opie's mother on the Andy Griffith Show and stuff like that. And a lot of facts had popped up about Opie's mother. And one of the facts had said that Andy Griffith had said in one episode that Opie's mother had died when he was a wee little speck of a baby. So that means maybe Opie's mother died when he was a newborn or something like that, or she died giving birth to him. I don't know. But that's where I had got the inspiration for number one from. Like, Martin's dad died when he was a baby. Died when he was a wee little speck of a baby. Like, maybe he had cancer or something like that, or maybe he was tragically killed some kind of way and stuff like that, and it hurts Martin to talk about it and stuff like that. And maybe that's why Martin really doesn't really talk about his dad like that, because, you know, he never really knew him. And I want to say this. I'm talking about Martin Payne, not Martin Lawrence. Martin Payne, the character, not Martin Lawrence, the real person. I am talking about Martin Payne, the character, not Martin Lawrence, the real person. Okay? So, I don't want motherfuckers on this internet saying stuff, oh, well, he making lies about Martin Lawrence dead and how he won his life. No. I'm talking about the character Martin Payne, not Martin Lawrence. So, I just want y'all to get that through y'all head. Okay? So, let's continue. So, yeah. That's it for number one. Number two. Martin was an unplanned pregnancy. Now, with Mama Payne, with Mama Edna Payne, maybe she was a hoe in these streets, and, you know, she was young and stuff like that, probably had a wild night of partying or something like that, and hooked up with a random dude and stuff like that, didn't use no contraception, got pregnant, and she didn't want to abort the baby or give it up for adoption, so she just did what she had to do to raise Martin. And the absentee father just didn't want to own up to his responsibility as a father, and yeah, maybe that's why Martin doesn't know his father and never really talks about him. I don't know. Because, you know, maybe Mama Payne was a hoe in these streets, just randomly got pregnant, and, you know, just decided to raise the baby as a single mother. So, yeah, that's number two. Number three. Martin's father was an abusive parent. Now, I like to make myself believe, like, maybe Martin chose to forget his father because, you know, maybe he was an abusive parent that was a real hardcore disciplinarian and stuff like that, and probably used to abuse Martin so heavily and stuff like that. And, you know, Mama Payne couldn't take the abuse that her husband was subjecting her son to, and, you know, kicked him out and stuff like that. And Martin chose to block out his father and doesn't want to have any memory of him because, you know, it triggers something in his brain that reminds him of the abuse he had subjected to the hands of his father. So maybe that's why he doesn't talk about him, why there are no pictures of Martin's father around his crib and all that stuff, because it triggers bad memories. Number 4, Daddy Payne was an absentee father. Like, that relates back to the unplanned pregnancy theory. Like, maybe, just maybe, she got pregnant and stuff like that, and he didn't want to own up to his responsibilities as a father and stuff like that, and he walked out on Martin. Martin never knew him, and yeah, like, Mom Payne just raised Martin as a single mother. So, yeah, that's number 4. Number 5, Martin was conceived through RAPE. Now, this relates back to the unplanned pregnancy theory, but with a twist. Like, maybe Mama Payne, like I said, she was a hoe in these streets and stuff, and she probably was out partying one night and stuff like that in her younger years and stuff like that, and she hooked up with the wrong guy. Things went awry. He sexually aided her. She found out she was pregnant months later and stuff like that. She didn't want to abort the baby or give it up for adoption, and she just, just raised a child as a single mother, not knowing who the guy was that impregnated her. So, and she never said anything. She never mentioned anything to Martin about his father and stuff like that, because she was sexually aided. So Lord knows who his father is. So yeah, that's pretty much just about it for this video. So like that, like, that's one random question that sometimes just buzzes around my brain. Like, damn, you have Mama Payne in the picture. Where the hell is Daddy Payne, and why don't Martin ever talk about him? So yeah, like, I just want to come up with my own little conspiracy theories as to why Martin Payne, not Lawrence, why Martin Payne doesn't really talk about his father, and why he chooses not to have any memory of him. So yeah, that's just about it for this video. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to insert my social media handles over here as well in the description box down below. So feel free to add and follow me on those. So until next time, peace out, bitches.